All right, everybody, we are back with another episode of Simply Smarter Sales. I am your host, Paige Ohilsky. Happy to be back after a little bit of a break, and we have today Phillip Foster with us, Regional Vice President of Strategic Resource Management, otherwise known as SRM in the industry. Phillip, great to have you. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Perfect. Starting out, so for anyone who doesn't know, I'd love to just get an overview of what SRM does, what you do, and just how you help the industry.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So I've been in the industry a little over 15 years now. Started my career out at Visa, managing banks and credit unions, have a bit of a background in payments. Joined SRM coming up on 9 years ago, and I help lead our sales team. And what SRM does is it's a strategic advisory firm, been around for over 35 years, consulting for banks and credit unions. It's a family-owned business based out of Memphis, Tennessee. And I believe I was employee 28, and I know we're now over 128. Worldwide business in the UK and Canada. And so we were originally focused on vendor contract negotiations. So think of like front of card networks, Visa or MasterCard, core software, card processing, digital banking, even all the way down to facilities support like security or janitorial. And just after a period of sustained material growth and acquisitions of both subject matter expertise and several different full-time organizations, we've expanded the breadth of our services to provide a more intimate and holistic relationship with our clients. It's been incredibly rewarding for me personally to be able to provide value during every step of a credit union or bank's journey. And a little bit about what we do is we've got four main pillars, payment advisory. And so we acquired a group out of Europe called Accord that has added to our capabilities to be able to advise on the future of payments. So think commercial, consumer payments, FedNow, maximizing an organization's payment strategy, which has been a huge focus for us for our larger and more forward-thinking clients. And sourcing advisory, which is our bread and butter, our legacy business. And so leveraging our 35 years of benchmarks to help secure superior economics, maximize your relationships with your vendors. And so with there, I think like RFP support to ensure you have the best solution for your organization. If an organization or a credit union is ever in a position where they're just trying to get the best pricing that they can for the solution that they have, that's kind of that area. Strategic advisory. So this is somewhat new to us. This is where we're thinking about mergers and acquisitions, both pre and post announcement. Digital strategy, strategic planning. That speaks to kind of that intimate concept that we have with our clients now. And then finally, technology advisory. And so we acquired a digital and core integration team of about 30 people that's actually hands-on keyboards that helps supports organizations when needed for like conversion or integration, technology strategy and modernization, and even fractional resources all the way up to like C-suite level.
Yeah. Okay. A lot of stuff you guys do, definitely. And you only work with financial institutions, correct?
We do work with fintechs. When they are launching payment programs, there's a lot of de novo issues that folks will run into, and we have more experience than anybody in the industry in helping them kind of lift that up the ground.
Okay, awesome. I mean, yeah, there's a ton of stuff that you guys cover, so it's great. I want to understand, with everything you just said, I think I'd love to hear just some success stories that you've had specifically with credit unions and how you've driven real change within those industries. Just some real life examples.
Sure. Yeah. So oddly enough, somebody I just got off the phone with earlier this morning is we did a operational efficiency study engagement for a decent sized credit union. So helped to guide that group on where their strategy should be looking with what resources and optimizing processes and the like. And it was unrelated, but at the end of the engagement, the CTO decided to retire with minimal notice. And so we helped place a fractional CTO in that organization for 6-8 months, steady that ship while they find the right candidate for the new modernized technology strategy that they have and we helped formulate together. And within that time, we've been able to help drive Number one, real efficiencies throughout the organization, rationalize vendor relationships, make sure they're in the right situations and position for the future that they have envisioned for themselves, along with our the output of our engagement. And so those are the type of things that like are the most rewarding. Like I said, back to that intimate and holistic relationship of helping drive growth and success for credit unions.
So you're very ingrained in their day-to-day operations, it sounds like.
Yeah, and that's the point, right? That's the point of our growth. We used to be kind of a one-trick pony, and although it was a very effective trick, we wanted to be able to row the boat with our clients and kind of get our fingernails dirty and help drive real change.
Yeah, I love it. So bringing it back to SimplyFocused, of course.
Yeah.
I know that you worked with this group before I came on, but just for anyone who might be joining in that's new, SimplyFocused, what we do, we are a CUSO of Community Choice Credit Union based in Des Moines, Iowa, made for credit unions by a credit union. So what we do is help solve the issues of no accountability within the loan officer's performance. So we start out with the short form loan application where it's just 4 questions. So we, instead of the third party 7-page loan application where you have to put your VIN number, your mother's maiden name, all of this, we'll just ask name, email, phone number, what kind of loan they're looking for, bring the loan officer into that conversation immediately, have a CRM piece where it does track that lead while they're speaking to them, helping them fill out the rest of the application. And then we've got analytics on the back end that have real-time dashboards where you can see the current status of your credit union, loan officer performance, etc. So with the work you've done within credit unions and other financial institutions and knowing SimplyFocused, just from your opinion, what stands out about SimplyFocused? What's different? How do you see us kind of changing the way for credit unions in the industry?
Yeah, honestly, what's impressed me is how SimplyFocused bridges the gap between technology, which we talk so much about these days, and the team, the actual people that make the ship go. And with SimplyFocused, it's not about layering on additional systems. It's about making that existing process smarter, better, more efficient. And so I've seen credit unions struggle to track data, track follow-ups, or even hold teams accountable, especially when resources are constrained during periods of growth or change, like we're seeing in great magnitude, like mergers or technology conversions these days. And so I really think that SimplyFocused gives credit unions the visibility, the real-time visibility, and lets members of the staff personalize the experience to the goals of that organization, the standards of that organization. And that's, to be frank, exactly what credit unions need to compete with these larger banks and fintechs right now. And the merger of these larger credit unions, the community institution really needs to focus on that. And almost as importantly is, not to mention the people involved in the solution, the real world insights, like great training and a proven track record. I've worked with this group for years, and honestly, they are one of the more forward thinking and effective teams that I've come across in the whole business.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, honestly, that's kind of all I wanted to go over today. I wanted to just get the word about SRM, just talk about the relationship that we've had, but anything else you want to bring up? Anything with SRM coming up? Anything else just want to plug while you're on?
We'll be at everything, so we will see you.
Perfect. Yeah, well, that's great. I appreciate the time. I'm sure I'll have you on again in the future. I always love your opinion and your expertise here, but thanks again for joining.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course. Bye.
Bye.